Hello everyone, welcome to Code Thursday. In this video, we are going to continue a Java learning series from basic to advanced. So if you have not watched out the previous videos, you'll get the link in the description. Please do watch out. So watching in the sequence will be helpful for you to understand the terminologies in the more detail. Now let's understand in this video what is JDK, JRE and JVM. Now these terms are often used interchangeably if you don't know the exact difference between these terms, and it becomes much more essential for you to have a clear understanding on these terms if you want to know what happens behind the scene when you run your Java program. Also, in the later part of the series, if I'll use these terms, you'll not be able to relate and visualize. So let's have the clear understanding on these terms: JDK, JRE and JVM. So let's first discuss JDK, Java Development Kit. Now before discussing, I would like to show you when you download Java, that is Java Development Kit from Oracle site, how does the folder looks like? Let's go to browser and type JDK download. Go to Oracle site, Java downloads. You will see as of today when I'm recording this video, Java 22, that is JDK 22 is the latest version of the Java available. But I will be using this JDK 21, which is the Java latest long-term support version. I will be using it throughout this course. You can use any JDK LTS version after Java 8, that will be fine. So once you download it for your OS, that is whether Linux, Mac or Windows, and install it, you will have a folder for your JDK version. So here JDK 21, most probably in the path program files Java. So if you'll go inside it, inside Win and search Java C, this Java C.exe is Java compiler. This Java doc.exe is Java document generator. This java.exe is Java interpreter. This is Java jar.exe is Java archiver for managing jar files, and so many. So these are some of the development tools which is available inside JDK. So this I wanted to show you practically so that you have more understanding when I'll tell in the diagram. So let's go to diagram and see all these components and part of JDK in detail. So now let's see what is JDK, Java Development Kit. I showed you the JDK folder, which is generated once you download and install the JDK for your any version. So that is Java Development Kit. Inside Java Development Kit, there are two parts. One is JRE, that is Java Runtime Environment, and other are some development tools, Java C for Java compiler, Java interpreter or loader, you can say, Java doc, that is document generator, and jar, and so many other tools. So these tools I showed you inside the JDK Win folder, right? And also there will be JRE, that is Java Runtime Environment. Now Java Runtime Environment is sufficient to run Java program, but if you want to develop any Java based application, then you need these development tools also. So JDK consists of two parts, JRE and development tools. In JRE, that is Java Runtime Environment, we have virtual machine, that is JVM, and some library files which JVM needs at runtime to run your program. Now note one thing here, that this JDK and JRE physically exist, but this JVM is just a virtual machine. It does not physically exist. This JVM is the most important among the three because it executes your program mainly. So when you run your program, what happens behind the scene, we will discuss in a bit in JVM architecture. So let's understand a bit more about JDK. We know that Java is a software platform. Now, what do I mean by platform? So anything which provides you an environment to write a program and run it, that becomes a platform. And since in Java, that is JDK, we have JRE, which provides a runtime environment. So Java is a software platform. Now, in Java platform, we can develop web level, that is enterprise application, mobile applications, or normal applications. So there are three specifications of the Java platform, that is Java Standard Edition, Java Enterprise Edition, and Java Micro Edition. Now, JDK is one of the implementation. So when you download JDK from Oracle site, you can download for the Java SE, Java EE, or Java ME. For any one of edition, you can download. Mostly while learning, we download for Java Standard Edition, that is Java SE. So JDK is one of the implementation of the various Java platform. JDK, we have seen that it provides a JRE, that is Java Runtime Environment, and the tools like compiler, interpreter, archiver for developing the Java application. Now let's understand the Java virtual machine, JVM architecture, which is the most important among the three. So let's understand what happens now behind the scene when you run your program. So first you write a Java program. So let's say I have written student.java. Now once I'll compile it using Java compiler, a student.class file is created. Now this student.class file is further used by JVM to execute your program. So in JVM there is a class loader which loads the class file into the JVM and further it is executed. So once the class is loaded in using the class loader in the JVM, it is also verified whether that class file is not modified or tempered. So if it is modified, you will get an error. So there is a various memory section of the JVM memory where your various informations are stored. So once the class file is loaded, now JVM creates one object of class. Class is itself a class in Java is java.language package. So it creates an object of class for that .class file and stores the various information in that. That class object for that .class file is stored in heap area. So basically, any object or object level information are stored in this heap area of the JVM memory. And in class or method area, your static variable information or your class level information all will get stored in this method area. So this is the most interview level question. What is stored where? So your object related informations are stored in heap area and class level informations are stored in the method or class level area. Now there is a stack area. Now we know that multi-threading is possible in Java. So for each thread, JVM creates one stack in a stack area. So what happens? So if any method is called, that method call is stored in a stack block. If again one more method is invoked from that, then one more in that particular stack only, in the next block, one more method call is added, and also the local variables which are getting used in that method calls. Once that thread execution completes, that stack is destroyed by JVM. So, but each current running thread has its own address, which is stored in the PC registers. Also, if there is a native method call, that is CC++ method calls for thread, then that level information is stored in the native method stacks. So I think you are now understanding of this JVM memory area. Mainly class level and heap areas are important, and this is only the question which is asked in interview. Further, there is a execution engine which interprets the Java code now. So it interprets the code line by line and execute it. So, but there can be some repeated methods. Uh, Now, if there is a repeated method in the Java program, then this interpreter, which I showed you, java.exe, will be executing it again and again. So for to just reduce that and improve the interpreter efficiency, we have just in time, that is JIT compiler. So that JIT compiler basically just provide the native code directly in case the repeated method occurs while execution. We have this native method interface and native method libraries. So native method libraries means that CC++ libraries. So there are some CC++ libraries which are used in the Java programs. So that are stored basically here in native method libraries. And for a Java program or JVM, if or execution engine, if needs those native libraries, then we have native method interface, which provides the native method library support to this execution engine while interpreting of the Java code. So this is how JVM loads your class file and interprets it and store the information in the various memory sections of the JVM memory. I hope now you have a better visualization, clear understanding of these three terms, that is JDK, JRE, and JVM. So interview question can be which one physically exists. So JDK and JRE physically exist. JVM is a virtual machine, it does not physically exist. Java is platform. One more question is that Java is platform independent. Yes, because the source code, the bytecode which you generated, that is student.class, if you'll give to any JVM, it will generate the same output, whether JVM of the Mac or Linux or Windows. But this JVM of Mac, Linux, or Windows, or of different OS depend upon the OS configuration. So these are platform dependent. So I mean that JDK, JVM, and JRE, they are platform dependent, but Java is platform independent. Java is platform independent because it generates the same output if you provide the same class file to the different JVM. But we know that JDK is different for different OS, JVM is different for different OS. Hence, this JDK, JVM, and JRE become platform dependent. I hope now it is pretty much clear. So if you like the video, please do like, share, and subscribe this channel for more videos. We'll meet you in the next video with the next concept. Till then, take care. Bye.